What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to talk about what to expect from the narcissist once you leave them for good. I remember when I was in a relationship with my ex-narc, and I would just kind of like play around sometimes and say things like, I'm going to leave you for, for somebody else. And they really think hard about it. They won't let you live that moment down. And they want you to feel bad for even joking around that way. They want multiple apologies. They need you to promise them that you'll never say anything like that again. And they just ruin the moment. They don't know how to joke around in that way because they take everything to heart because they know that they are the joke. They know that they live a lie. And so the number one thing that they're afraid of is that one day you will leave them. And just say, for example, if you do decide to leave, what'll happen with the narc? How they're gonna, how they're gonna cope with it? How are they gonna move on? Well, they're not gonna just accept it, deal with the heartache and try to move on and heal. They don't function like normal people. They have strategies. you know they plan out everything that they're gonna do in order to punish you after the breakup. And it kind of all depends on the person's relationship with the narc. It depends, like, especially if you have children with them. God forbid you start a family with a narcissist, but we didn't know that. But narcissists, they're going to try to make it difficult for us to move on in peace. They're going to make it difficult for us to, just get closure. But say, for instance, if you don't need closure, you just want to be left alone, and just co-parent in peace and not have to deal with a lot of drama and backlash from them. They're going to have a hard time just letting it play out that smooth. They're going to make some ruffles because they need you to know that you did a bad thing by leaving them. That's why they start the smear campaign, and that's why they pretend like they're moving on so fast and they're so happy with the new supply, which they're not. Notice how narcissists a lot of times on social media, the first thing they do on social media when they found that new supply or when they're ready to pop out with that new supply, which is someone that's probably always been there, they post a picture with them. And this is something that you don't normally get from the narc. A lot of them, they keep their profile private. They like to, display other things that describes them as being just a great and awesome person. But they're not going to show too much of their face because they know that people might recognize them and the profile might get around. Some of them have very, very private accounts, but at the same time, they want to add a lot of people, so that they can just spy on their pages. But they really like to keep a low profile on social media because they don't want to be exposed. A lot of narcissists have multiple sex partners, and they don't want that to get out there because they know people are going to talk about it, and then it's going to cause them to lose supply. But, moving on from a relationship, they're not going to do that quietly. They're going to make some noise behind it. They want you to pay for what you've done, even though you haven't done anything. You've done what's necessary for you and your peace of mind. But they're not going to look at it like that. They will never look at themselves as being the cause of a relationship ending. Because in their mind, they can't do no wrong. They felt entitled to you. That's why they pursued you. And they will always feel entitled to you. That's why it's hard for them to just let you go. And narcissists, they just have a hard time moving on. So other things that they do after you have, moved on for good, they go into hiding. They go into hiding so that they can still spy on you and peek in on what's going on with your life, snoop around, and they try to create a whole new identity in another place. They may move to a whole nother city. They may pretend like they're just this, in their mind, they recreate who they are. When they're new to the neighborhood, they're not that same person, who lived 50 miles away and just, caused hell in their relationship. In their mind, they're not that person. So they need that profile to be the only thing that people know of them. And so that's why they recreate who they are to other people. And if anything should come up, they're of course they're gonna deny it. But what they try to do is stay away for a long time until, until the smoke clears, until things just kind of smooth over. That's what they think. But they never think that, how bad they have damaged someone in a relationship. And that people are not just going to get over it. Narcissists, they have this thing about them to where when they triangulate you and punish you and with the silent treatment and just all the things they do to hurt you, they have this thing about them to where, they act one way today and then tomorrow they're a whole different person. You never know what you're going to get out of them. You don't know who you're dealing with on a daily basis. But one thing for sure is that, that person is going to show their ugly face again. And that's what the trauma bond normally comes in at, that keeps people in those type of relationships, because you get yourself used to it, and you just like, okay, well, this what it is. This is the type of relationship I have. It's complicated. And it's not complicated. It's abusive and it's toxic. And you don't belong there because you deserve better. You just don't know that because you kind of lost who you are in this bad relationship. And they want you to think that it's the norm. That's why they just change channels from one thing to another, on any given day. One day they're just this nice, jolly, happy person that just wants to cater to you. And then the next day it's the silent treatment. It's all about division. They only care about themselves. They're only bringing food, home for them. They're not thinking about you. They can walk past you like you don't even exist. So it's like you don't know what you're going to get from a narcissist on a daily basis when you're in a relationship with them. And when you finally move on from that, trust me, they know what they have done to you. But they don't want to risk the chance of people finding that out. They don't want people to know them for that. They don't want you to run your mouth. They know they had a good thing. They know they had a good thing. They know they messed up big time when you got away. And they look at it as, you got away. They look at it as you escaped a good thing and they weren't done with you, so. And that's just what you can kind of expect from a narc once you've moved on for good, is that, speaking from their mindset, that's the way they think. Now, different people act different ways after a breakup. Some of them, they just go on a total rampage before they go silent and just disappear and become a new person. Some of them, they just go silent, disappear, and become a new person. It all depends. But you can bet that you're going to get, something out of that from the narcissist, if not all characteristics. All of them, they act that way, because they don't want to be embarrassed if you put that out there about who they are. So just wanted to make this quick video on that. If y'all have ever experienced that, which I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have, leave your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.